Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. How's everybody doing out there in the world today? Whoops. Let's solve that feedback issue real quick, shall we? So that problem's out of the way. So hopefully everybody's having a great night tonight and everybody's doing well. We are in it to try to get caught up on some work that I have honestly fallen behind from. You guys will get to see my mistake that I've made, because yes, I've made a mistake. Well, I think it's a mistake. So we're going to talk about that here. You guys are going to see it really, really quickly. What I think is a mistake. We're going to take some time, get a little bit more paint on this Mark II Viper that I've been working on. It's kind of on the side. And yeah, just kind of work through stuff, talk 3D printing. Of course, we're going to talk 3D printing. That's just what we do here. And just try to have some fun tonight. I am kind of limited on time, unfortunately, for the stream tonight. So I am setting a timer over here so I know when to quit and don't go over, because, yeah, I have a tendency to do that. So how is everybody tonight? Let's get going in the chat. Where's everybody at? What's going on? Let's get some likes up there as well. Let us know what's going on. So move this keyboard out of my way. We don't need that anymore. And yeah, we kind of got some work to dive into. We got some painting, all kinds of that fun stuff to take a look at tonight, because, you know, stuff is crazy like that. Yeah, so been a busy week. I know everybody out there is having a busy one. So hopefully if you can join, I'm glad to have you here. Start bringing those questions about 3D printing. Let's see what we can do as I sit here and kind of try to get some work done, weather this horrible allergy season, because you guys can see, especially under my eyes, I'm starting to struggle with allergies. But yeah, with further ado, let's take a look at what I think is a mistake. So we'll move that beautiful model out of the way, and let's click over to, that's not the view, that's the view. So I was playing with the color, and I'm just not sure I'm happy with the grayscale that I came out with. I think it's a little too bluesy for my liking. You know, kind of let me know what you guys think in the chat, because I definitely lost my dark silver highlighting that I kind of did when I did this. I mean, I think the gray is not that far off from what I truly want. I think it's a little bit more blue, but we can definitely tone it down and use that blue, I'm hoping, as kind of some undercurrents and some highlights. But kind of, I don't feel good about this blue. You know, to me, when I look at pictures of the Galactica, she's more of a white, I think, is kind of the color I think of. So I'm kind of torn on keeping this color. If I do keep it, I probably will come in probably with something like Deck Tan from AK, or even just come in with the try the Sky Gray from Tamiya. But I'm not quite sure what I want to do. It's kind of where I'm looking for your guys' feedback. Kind of give me your thoughts. I know the camera probably is making it look a more kind of a gray than the blue that I'm actually seeing sitting here. But what's your guys' kind of thoughts? Because I'm thinking, even with the blue, if I airbrush on the Deck Tan, the white, or the gray, the blue can still kind of be there as an undercurrent, but I'm just not quite sure how in love with it I am. And I've done some more cleanup on the Model 2, getting rid of little strain support pieces in there, but I'm trying not to sacrifice detail that comes with some of that support. But I don't know. What's your guys' kind of thoughts? Let's hear from you in the chat. See what you're thinking. The other thing that we're going to play with tonight is this beauty that I've been working on. So I've been working on it. You guys can see, definitely been working on the base. We're getting some color into the Viper itself. I think it's too pearly of a white. And we got to do some cleanup onto that white, some cleanup on the engines. And that's actually where I'm going to start tonight. So the BSG is going to kind of move out of the way, and we're going to play with this Viper, because this thing's just honestly awesome. And I'm going to go to one of my favorite colors because I want to do some work on the cockpit. And for that leg work, what we're going to do and what we're going to use is one of my favorites, is dark silver from Monument Hobby, their Pro Acro line. I really like the dark silver. It goes on really well, and for especially like a mirrored approach, it works really, really well. And I may even talk, depending on how time goes, may talk about the upgrade that I've done to my airbrush that I'm loving, in all honesty. And I think, oh wait, this is not my open bottle. That's a new bottle. Oh. So kind of just to elaborate how much I like that Monument Hobby Dark Silver. I've got 3 unopened bottles of it up there. I just kind of stocked up one day. That's how good of a color I feel this is. Kind of gotten a hard cap on here. I need to peel away. But yeah, let's hop in the chat, guys. Let's tell me how your week's going. How things working out for you this week? I can tell you it has been a crazy week this week for me already, and it's only Tuesday. So definitely got a lot going on, and yeah. But I like this dark silver. Just the way it lays, the shine that it gives, is going to make a really nice canopy color for this model. I'm just going to hand brush it in, give it quick, clean hand brushing of the color. So along with the the frame of the canopy I've done with mechanical gray to really kind of try to give it some pop out. And I just want to use the shine of this dark silver to kind of fill in the design, kind of give that tinted glass feel. It's what I'm really, really digging for inside that frame. So looking forward to some of the new stuff I'm trying out on the channel. We're going to try YouTube Shorts for a little while, see if that has any cool impact. So the first of those shorts went out today about this actually very model. Oh man. We're getting a very nice cleanup on there. Hey, Shaga, how's it going? Glad to see you here tonight, man. Just working on this VIPER Mk2. Kind of doing some cleanup on the canopy here real quick. Using my Monument Hobbies dark silver to kind of give the canopy kind of a bit of a pop compared to this. How's your Mighty 8K working? I know you were trying out some of my settings to see. Hopefully the profile imported just fine for you. Oh, anytime, man. One thing I'll tell you, make sure, especially if you guys ever, this goes for just about anybody getting a new resin printer, make sure the first thing you do is go out there and upgrade the firmware. I have found that can make a huge impact because, one, these printers are manufactured all over the place. So who knows how long your printer sat in a warehouse and how many firmware versions have come out. It's always the first thing to do when you get a new printer, check that firmware. That firmware is going to make or break, because what happens is, like when Shinto Box and all those are updated, they get updated to the newer firmware sets, which can actually cause you to have failed prints because it's on the old firmware set. So old firmware, new firmware don't play well, and yeah, kind of can make for a poopy day for 3D printing. Sad but true. I learned that a lot with my Mega 8Ks. The first thing I did once I got them is I upgraded that firmware, and boom, I was getting good prints. Just one of those things. It's the name of the game. You got to update your firmware to stay in it. I'm actually gonna do some work on this gray with these pipes. Just using the dark silver to kind of give them a metallic highlight on these pipes. Probably what I'll do is I'll probably come back with just some regular silver as well to kind of give them a little bit more pop against the lower mechanical components. I'll probably take that brighter silver into the grooves where I'm using this dark silver outside of the groove. I don't know, I just really like the way this dark silver looks on models. Yep, firmware is always a great thing to take care of. So before you really start printing with a new printer, definitely check that firmware. You might save yourself some real problems. So I'm still puzzled by your CR10M3, but guess what? My CR10M V3 is being a jerk. So, and it better watch out because the new CRM4 is getting ready to be unboxed. So because I'm hoping to unbox it tomorrow or Thursday to make a video for Friday with it. So, but also still been experimenting with the Creality Sonic Pad. I actually now have it actually working, so hopefully I get some prints in with it here over the next few days that I can make some new content on that and get you guys some additional content on that device. So far, I'm liking what I see, especially with the way the prices have gone for Raspberry Pis. I'm definitely liking what I see in that cost ratio. So yeah, the CR10 V3, I don't know what is going on with it. I actually just wound up pulling it out. Uh-oh. Not a big deal. Because I got to redo the white's too bright. I got to kind of tone it down a little bit on this. All right. Actually, the sad part is the CR10 V3 printed this not too long ago. So gotta figure out what's going on here so we can try to figure yours out too. I'm almost wondering, because now I noticed I'm getting a firmware error between it and my Raspberry Pi. If I'm gonna have to flash the firmware, which can be interesting. It can end well, it can go well. We never know. So actually, I am going to do a test spot with this AK paint on the wing here. So I think this is the color I want to go with, but I'm not sure yet. So basically, I'm just gonna do some test swathing is what I'm gonna do with some various whites. Let's try to find the one that I want, that I feel will look the best. Up here. Well, I'm gonna grab that. Yellow, olive flesh, metallic medium. Whoops. Oh. Ooh. Let's take a look at some Monument Hobby titanium white. Ooh. I got tingles about this one, guys. I think the deck tan is a little too tan. Ooh. Ooh. This might be very interesting. Now, what I plan to do is I'm going to tape off where I have painted so that the whites can fully cover. And then I can just come back and touch up the other colors again. But this titanium white is a very crisp, bright white. And I think I found my winner. Now, I'm not going to hand paint this. I am going to mix it and do an airbrushing. After I do some masking, like here on the wings and stuff. You know, Shaga, I'm really kind of thinking there's probably a firmware issue. And some update into Cura has kind of messed it up, is what I'm thinking. Because yours and mine both start having problems. It seems really, really odd to me that that would start happening. All right, so I am actually going to go ahead and do a mix-up of this titanium white for some airbrushing. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm kind of curious about this. So get my bottle here. I want a ball bearing just in case. A lot of times you can do a firmware update through Cura if you go to where the printer is in Cura. And sometimes you can do a firmware upgrade from there. Otherwise, a lot of times what I do is I will install the Creality slicer and do it and run the USB cable and do it through the Creality slicer. What do I want? Some thinner. Some thinner. And then I want my titanium white. Mix that in. Oftentimes doing the firmware update for a Creality machine, the Creality slicer is about the easiest way to go. Just kind of depends. Because now Cura 5.3 beta is out as well. I was toying with it earlier today, kind of trying to see if it would be worth my time and looking at. Pressure's too high. There we go. Still a little too thin. Need a little bit more paint in there. I thinned it too much. Hi, 69 Eliminator. Welcome to the stream. Well, I will be honest. The plan is when she's done, she's going on my site and going for sale. So as long as I don't horribly mess up this paint job. There's the kicker. Can't mess up the paint job. But I'm really liking the way this titanium white looks. I just got to get the consistency right. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking the way that white is laying down. Yep. Ah, I am struggling with control tonight, guys. Yep, struggling hard. I'm gonna be honest, it's just not my night to airbrush. So, there are times when you airbrush and there are times when you don't. And tonight is not being my time. Because I am not being able to really control that finger very well. Get this good and purged. And actually, if you caught the YouTube short earlier today, I gave the model itself away, so. Oh, I have a feeling I know what battle damage means. Got a few of those myself. This all cleaned up here. So what else everybody got going on? Other printing problems, questions, model building issues. What all we got going out there in the world today? And make sure, guys, if you swing by, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you're enjoying the stream, that you like that we stream, because we are both live here and on Twitch. So have a good night, Shaka. Hopefully, maybe that firmware update will solve your issue. Here is hoping, right? Now, one of the things I was going to talk about is, guys, notice on my coupler, that knob. So I replaced my coupler because I wanted better air control. I got tired of going down to the compressor. It's my old coupler. So it's still quick release, but this actually lets me control my airflow. So I can still quick disconnect, but this valve lets me tone down or tone up my air pressure, which is always a great thing. Let's pop back over to the actual BSG itself, shall we? We played with that. I will work on that more tomorrow because it's going to take some delicate work. And like I said, my hand control is not there tonight, which happens, unfortunately, from time to time. It's been a long day. So, but yeah, you guys can see the base. I've been in there working on it. That was all freehand painted so far. I still got a lot of work to do. But yeah, we'll get this Viper. Getting that dark silver on there has added some highlights. I need to come back with some mechanicum gray on the afterburners here. Come back in with the bold titanium white. Really kind of make this work. Yep, have a good night, Shaka. So, yeah, we're going to see some cool stuff there. But this poor girl, I messed up. Or at least I feel like I messed up. It's too blue. So we're going to have to tone it down. And I think what I'm going to do is probably come back with the XF Sky Gray and kind of keep the blue where I can for highlights. And kind of tone it down, and also probably bring in some deck tan into certain areas. But I want to bring back my dark silver that I kind of lost doing this. So I'm going to do that real quick. I didn't have to be as picky as sensitive as I have to be with the other. So come back in here. Tone my pressure back down. There we go. Start giving the highlight back in here of these mechanical portions. Oop, already ran out. All right. You guys can see that valve has let me turn down the air pressure right at the airbrush, so I'm getting a little bit more control. Just because I'm using a lower pressure, I'm able to kind of just do a bit of nice easy work with this dark silver. I love this dark silver so much. It works so great on mechanical items. Lets me really start bringing kind of in that undertones that I want to get before I come back with these other colors. Into these mechanical regions. You guys can see I'm starting to really kind of bring in that metallic touch to it, especially to the open bit machinery that's visible. Because my hope is to preserve some of this mechanical darker color that I'm creating with this. So, all right, airbrushing, that's about as far as I feel comfortable going tonight. There's areas where I'm going to want to take this, even bring this titanium white in to kind of create that backdraw of the ship. I need to clean the airbrush real quick. Always clean your airbrush. Don't let them get dirty. That's a bad idea. So, what's everybody else up to tonight? Where you guys all from or at tonight? You guys could hear I just turned the knob and upped my pressure. I think I'm getting a clog. And I cleared it. There we go. Now we're draining out. In there, get that good and clean. There we go. There we go. Good and clean. Ready for its next job. Ah, okay, 69. I was kind of wondering. Sioux Falls. Don't know how you guys do it. Way too cold for my liking up that way. Way too cold. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I don't want... Oh, that already dried. Okay. Kind of just play with this for a second. Use some of this titanium white to kind of give a loose highlight on some of the front parts here. Right now I'm just experimenting because I know I'm basically going to turn this blue layer into a primer layer, I think. Yeah, it needs to be lighter. Back to the garage and to the spray station. It will go. What time is it? Uh-oh, we're running out of time tonight. But hopefully next time I will have this in a little bit of a lighter gray. Kind of the detail pulled out so we can start bringing in the red highlights. All that kind of simple stuff that makes the Galactica the Galactica. So... Oh man, 40 degrees. I don't. After living here in Savannah for 6 months, that's the low, man. We were at 84 today, and I can't complain. I'm enjoying it. The only thing that's got me worried about being here now for the first year is that pollen. Oh my goodness, the pollen. It was so thick on the cars. I hosed off the cars Sunday and they already had a brand new layer of just yellow pollen. I'm like, no. But luckily I am not having a too terrible of a time with my allergies, so we will see. That's the bane of having allergies. You got to deal with this crap. So, but you guys can see we've definitely added in some detail highlight. I'm gonna go get this into more of a white gray. And yeah, we'll reconvene next week, kind of take a look at it and start hopefully getting some red on here and some other colors. I still got to fix the circular area and make that a lot nicer. Oh, humidity Yeah, it's humid. It ain't been bad right now because, I mean, it's getting warm, but I've only pulled out the shorts once. I usually wear jeans all the time, but the humidity, it just makes that feel terrible, and I haven't had that problem yet. So, but the humidity this summer, I'm got a feeling I'm going to feel it hard because we moved here in August. So I don't know what a true spring and a true summer here is yet. So, we'll see. We will see. But unfortunately, guys, I have run out of time for tonight, so we are going to go ahead and end the stream here. Make sure if you joined us or if you're watching the replay, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you like it. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we do all kinds of stuff like this. And I got a few more coming down the pipe. So definitely stick with us and join us. And as always with these live streams, bring your 3D printing questions. If you're having a 3D printing problem, come here and ask for help. That's what this whole channel is about. So hope you guys enjoyed tonight. We got some further progress on there, and we got some work done on the VIPER too, which is always great. And we will see you guys in the next stream.